I'm out here doing a different video that I needed a flashlight for, and I figured I would do a review on these flashlights because I've never done it before. And most people chalk them up to being kind of a useless tool or a cheap filler tool that people put in the cordless combo kits. But anyhow, I have the Milwaukee one on the right and the Ridgid one on the left. These are the ones that come in the most common kits or combo kits, so you can see which one's better. The Milwaukee one's on the left here, and it has kind of a no, I'm sorry, I'm wrong. The Ridgid one was on the left, on the right, I'm sorry. It was actually kind of too dark to see. Okay, cool. So yeah, you can see just kind of the light on the right is brighter and goes a little further than the left one's kind of dim and weak. So let me see here. You put them kind of over here next to each other. I feel like that the spotlight area from the Ridgid gun is a little bit brighter and kind of, well, I don't know, once I get it up, I don't know. It's for you to decide, but you can see in the review here, or in the video. I'm holding right now the Milwaukee one. And the only thing I would say, Milwaukee one's nice because it has the top swivels a little bit. Let me do this though. Pick up the Ridgid one here, and you can see as that one comes through, it does seem like the Ridgid one is brighter. And just to be fair, I will tell you, I have the octane battery on the Ridgid gun. So what I need to do, as you can see there, yeah, the octane battery's on the Ridgid flashlight. So let me go get a regular battery, just so it's apples to apples, because that's a little unfair if you're using the better battery. Sometimes it causes the tools to perform better, but that's also a good consideration for this review. So let me go grab different batteries, and we'll get another reference point to consider on which one of these flashlights is better. Here's what I got. Guess which one's which. Got the one on the right and we got the one on the left. Let me look closer to make sure. I apologize on that last little snip. For some reason I just assumed the Milwaukee was the better one, but it's kind of cool when the results come back different than you think. The Ridgid one's on the right here and the Milwaukee's on the left. So again, the real only difference in features is that the Milwaukee one has this swivel on the top. You can see here. So that's kind of nice if you're working up under a house or something and you need, you know, different angle or whatever. But so there you can see. Now what I want to do is I'm going to take off. Right now we've got this this octane battery on the Ridgid gun. I'm sorry, on the Ridgid flashlight. I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to put the regular battery on it. You get some right here. Okay. Now we've got both kind of, one's a 3AH battery on the Milwaukee flashlight, and it's a 4AH battery here on the Ridgid. So those are just kind of common batteries that would be in your combo kits that you'd use these flashlights with. And as you can see, it's pretty similar. I would maybe say the edge still goes to Milwaukee. I'm sorry, to Ridgid here. It's a little bigger and it has a better kind of focal spot that's real bright. Maybe shines a little further away. Where I would say the Milwaukee has a little wider or a larger circumference with kind of even distributed light all over. It doesn't have that focal spotlight part on it, for what it's worth. Okay, now I'm going to switch these batteries the other way. We've already seen the difference, and I don't know, what do you think? Is the Ridgid any brighter or less bright with this battery? It's hard to tell. I'm going to switch the Milwaukee flashlight to the high output battery. Woo! Got that one in the face. Bright light. Okay. So here we go with the Milwaukee with a high output. This is the high output battery with the Milwaukee flashlight. See, does this look any different to you? I don't really think it does. I'm pretty sure that these high output batteries are mainly for brushless tools. I mean, surely if it's higher amp hour, it'll last longer, but it's mostly for performance enhancement on the brushless newest tools. But I don't think it's any different. It's kind of hard to say. I'll do one more where I'll pull out the battery for the there they are, kind of side by side. The right one is the Ridgid and the left one is Milwaukee. I'm going to put back in the Ridgid high output battery, see if that looks any different. Okay, so we'll have both better batteries. This is a 6 amp hour. Actually, they're both 6 amp hour higher output. Now, there you have it. Ridgid on the right, Milwaukee on the left. I think with that kind of focal spotlight point, the Ridgid's a little brighter. Again, I think in some ways the Milwaukee, if you look at it, is kind of even light all the way around, so for some working conditions that might be better. I'm going to do one other thing here just to put it into perspective. I have a cheap Walmart Black & Decker $20 little spotlight, kind of a thing like this, and it's actually almost out of battery, but I just want to see how that compares to these. I think this one's good for a spotlight further away, but obviously it's not real great for a work light. But you can see as far as brightness, this little $20 thing which I bought a couple years ago, they probably have way better quality in these now. And that, there's a little red light on the back, or whatever, the orange light saying that it's almost dead right now, and this thing blows away. These ones, both of these other ones, as far as how bright and how far it shoots. And I know it's dead because I didn't turn the switch off right there. I actually just it died. So here is the Ridgid, you can see, here is the Milwaukee, shining in the same area. Again, different purposes, but just a fun little test here. And here is the Black & Decker spotlight. Different purposes, I mean that this one's meant to be kind of more like a spotlight, and the other two obviously come with a combo cordless tool pack, so they're meant to be a work light. But you can see how much further and brighter this thing is. even though it's literally almost dead. The other ones weren't able to project that far. And I know it's almost dead because it's dying right there. One more with both of these. You can see, just dimmer. This is the Ridgid. It's dimmer at a distance. Different purpose though. I'd actually say the Milwaukee seems like it might have more distance, brightness. I don't know. Than the Ridgid. Hope this was helpful to you, and feel free to comment or share your input, or if you know of any other of these flashlights that works better. Appreciate you watching.